everyone.
Hello. Well,
Uh,
we haven't, it's
Hello.
preparing to live stream the webinar. We're recording and we're waiting for the confirmation that we're live streaming and done. Yes. Okay. Hi, I'm Paul Sugarman. This is the Instant Shakespeare Company. And today we've got a very special treat, a reading of the play Asgard, Tale of the Norse Gods by Andrew Parks. And I'm going to be playing Hodor in the reading. And over to you, Andrew.
Hello, everyone. My name is Andrew Parks, and this is a play that I wrote 34 years ago when I was an undergraduate at Rutgers. And I was able to produce the play at that time. So it was a really exciting time in my life. And Paul and the Instant Shakespeare Company have very graciously agreed to have us be able to read it today. This play meant a lot to me. I fell in love with the Norse legends when I was a kid. And so I wanted to try to capture the feeling of those legends and of the sort of despair that accompanies them, but also the humor and the excitement that makes them so different from other forms of mythology. So, with that said, I'm going to ask each person, I'll call on each person to just say their name and what roles they'll be playing today. So, Paul already introduced himself that he's reading Hodor. Angus
Hi, Angus Hepburn from London, reading Odin.
and Brian.
Brian White, originally from New York, now in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'll be reading Sigurd, Thor, and Vili.
And Kitty.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Okay.
Kitty, I'm reading Frigga and V. Is it pronounced V?
They.
They.
They. And Frigga's name will be pronounced Frigga.
Frigga.
Yes. And Kathy.
Hi, I'm Kathy. I'm Andrew's wife, and I'm playing Sigyn, not to be confused with Sigurd, or and Goddess 2.
And Noreen.
I am playing Mimir, if that is pronounced
Mimir.
correct.
Yeah.
Mimir, and I'm playing Goddess 1, and I come from New Jersey, and I happen to be related to Andrew Parks as his mother.
Oh, thank you.
And she was actually in the original play as well and played Frigga.
Wow.
And her friend Beth is with her as well. Want to introduce yourself, Beth?
I'm Beth Hill. I live in New Jersey, and I'm Noreen's longtime friend. I'm playing one of the Valkyries.
And Julia?
Hi, I'm Julia. I'm Andrew's daughter, and I'm from New Jersey as well, and I'm playing Brunhilde and the even-numbered Valkyries.
And Jessica?
Hi, my name is Jessica Junkwa from East Brunswick, New Jersey. I will be playing Balder as well as Valkyries 3, 5, and 7.
And Sarah?
Hi, my name is Sarah, also from New Jersey, Andrew's other daughter, and I will be playing Loki, God of Mischief.
And Ada?
Hi, I'm Ada Terizzi. I'm from Central Jersey as well. I'm playing Nana, the wife of Balder, and Hela, the goddess of death.
Excellent. I think that's everybody. So just a reminder to everyone that when you're not on stage, please mute your microphone and turn off your camera. So I'm going to be reading the narration. So whenever you see something in italics, then please pause so that I can read that. If it's in the middle of someone's line, then I probably won't read it unless it's something really important like someone dying. Okay, so we'll begin with the prologue. So everyone should be off except for Loki. Prologue. Enter Loki. Cloaked and hooded, his hands chained.
What realm of light or darkness have I now drifted to? Enslaved as I am, I possess little notion where my next great sojourn is directed by my lord. Now, who are you who choose to dwell within the depths of my prison? I see. Among the likes of you I should hardly feel welcomed, but I am bidden nevertheless to proceed. For lo, 1,000 eons have I been compelled to tell my tales, a cosmic bard of infinite might, though pressed by a greater force that leans upon my will and demands I teach the lesson that nature bids be learned. That fulfillment comes not to those of greatness, whose spirits rather tend toward pain and woe. If I could tell you now how my own dark fall came to pass, you would shiver and weep for honor wronged. But this night, I'm bound to deliver the tale of a shining warrior god whose soul was quite opposed to my own. This god, so named for his divine might, reigned supreme for many ages over a city built of purest gold. 'Twas called Asgard, and he I speak of founded this place of glory and nobility. Yet not to tell of the golden city is it my first intent, but of a site and time much farther back that memory and fate command must be told. Witness young Odin, then at his rise to power, though presently falling through the thick ice of his frosty homeland, Niflheim. Down he plunges beside his seasoned warrior brothers, Vili and Ve, into the depths of the dark chasm, the Ginnunga Gap, the pit that stretches across the universe to separate Niflheim from the land of molten pools and fiery lakes called Muspelheim. These three brothers tumble now beside their monstrous foe, Ymir, lord of the frost giants, whose crashing fall dislodged the ice and left the trio shocked, clinging desperately to a slippery ledge, peering down into the gloom of that abyss.
Act 1, Scene 1. The depths of the chasm, Ginnunga Gap.
What distance from above are we fallen? The height of those mountains could not measure, of 3 mountains could not measure our fall from the ice fields to this, our perch.
The leagues of our descent are naught beside the still endless drop to the black void below, which waits impatiently upon the frailty of this ledge to swallow us in inky shade forever.
Yet, bless the fates, our lot's no worse than this.
Will be a hard climb up these icy walls.
Scant light breaks through the chalky veil of snow drifting above us.
Then let us take advantage of the darkness to view the splendid beauty that glows across the gorge to our eager eyes. Beyond the wondrous land of fiery Muspel, my brethren, for 'tis a sight not frequently seen by any god or giant.
Odin, you are a young fool.
What's that?
Here we stand upon the brink of death, and you tarry to admire the view.
I thought only to lighten your heavier hearts.
Silence, kingsmen! For though our foe lies vanquished, his fall has entrapped us here, and we've a dangerous climb ahead.
Did you say vanquished, brother Vili?
Aye!
Surely not.
What riddle is this?
I say he is not vanquished, nor ever will be, unless we prepare to finish him here.
Did not the 3 of us, brothers all, strike at once with our deadly spears, piercing his cold heart? Did not we 3 see those baleful eyes clenched tight in pain as he fell, splintering the ice beneath his monstrous weight?
And what of the fall, Odin? Surely no ledge such as this could support such a colossal fiend.
Well, mayhap not, but he lives. He must.
Enough of this banter.
Ray, be still. Odin, though you are young, we know and respect your wisdom. Speak to us of your reasoning, and we shall heed you.
Has not our father told us time and again of our origin? 'Twas not but the milk of Ymir's cow that formed our race of gods. The giant lord himself is of a time, place, and power before we mere gods, of a race of human beings far beyond our ken. The energy of his blood pulses with eternity, and will not be so meanly destroyed. It must be diverted by some other crafty method, its power brought to goodly use, or it will at best regenerate into some other monstrous creature likewise malignant in design.
A great trembling is felt.
It comes, scaling the wall beneath the ledge. The monster yet lives.
Speak, young Odin. What plan have you to defeat this cruel abomination?
Oh, this chasm is the key, for I may command the elements with runes of my own devising. Yeah, but there is no time, for his approach is swift.
If it is time you need, that at least may we provide, though our lives themselves are the forfeit.
No, Vili, there must be another way.
Our course is set. Prepare your sword, Vey.
'Twas I who was the fool Odin. Lead the tribe to glory. Farewell.
Farewell, wise brother.
Exit Vili and Vey down the brink of the chasm.
Vili, Vey! Nay, I shall follow. But hold, it has begun already. Long blades drawn from worn scabbards. My brethren fight like northern bears, drawing blood at each stroke, so great is their fury, and yet so futile. Do I dare follow, thrilling to die in the throes of glorious war? Yet a fiend will surely live thence to torment our tribe, who'll fall to enslavement by the hordes of giant kind. They, my brother, oh, that these eyes had not seen that cruel and most foul stroke upon you, and you to fall breathless to your doom. And yet Vili, unshaken by the sight of sibling blood, fights on with augmented fury, knowing that Odin will avenge ye both. So shall it be. Ymir, with the blood of my brother speckled against your ravenous paw, know you that Odin, youngest of Bor's sons, will come like a black death upon you. As I unleash these runes crafted for your fall, winds of the north, interred with icy elements, I summon ye forth through your master be my target, to carry your powerful gales hither, the black pit. Then, fires of the deep south, from molten cannons I command ye to spring forth, blazing a swathe of fiery light into this dark, dreaded region. Now, elements of nature, I bid ye to converge, transfix your world-shaking conjunction upon Ymir's enormous form, wrap your glistening shards and bubbling streams about him, and throughout rend his flesh asunder. Then shall we put his damaged body to a use so strange it shall fill empty gingham gap, and so confound the beast Ymir forever.
Blackout. Scene 2, the ice fields of Niflheim. Enter Brunhilde and Valkyries.
Dare we approach further, sisters?
I fear, sisters. Look how dreadful it is.
But what if we are needed? What think you, Brunhilde?
It is a dangerous power, sisters, that may raise such winds and call them to the chasm. Yet if it is an evil power, we must destroy it. For are we not the Valkyries, sworn to purge the land of all wrong? Yea, even if it costs our lives.
But what if we are not needed and harm ourselves for nothing?
Fairly spoken. We must stand guard then and wait for further mischief.
Enter Odin, bewildered.
Look you, a man approaches. Hold, reveal your name and purpose.
What are you?
Demand me. I say to you, what are you?
I know not, though I am surely of no consequence to you and your handsome ilk.
What riddle is this? You don't know your own name?
I used to, but now a dark cloud obscures my thoughts.
Do not trust him, Hildy. He may be responsible for the chasm.
Chasm? Oh, yes. Gunungagap. I was just there.
Just there. Look you, it expels energy too fierce for any to endure.
Aye, 'twas my purpose, alas.
He is the one responsible, Brunhilde. He is an enemy to our cousins, the gods.
I am not.
At such times I do crave the wisdom of Odin.
That's it.
What?
Yeah, who I am is what? My mind is clear, my senses were befuddled by the runes, but now that's past. Yet what a grim remembrance. Vili, Vey, oh, cruel fate. Would I were again confused.
He says he's Odin.
That's not possible, is it?
But we've never even seen Odin. Have you ever met him, Brunhilde?
Certainly not. What's the matter, sir?
My elder brothers are gone, but so is the adversary. Damned Ymir is forever vanquished.
Ymir overthrown. Your brother's slain, but what of the chasm?
I think I'll call it Midgard.
The chasm?
No, the world I created out of Ymir. It fills the chasm now.
You mean the chasm is gone?
No, just filled. Vili and Ve are part of it now too.
Sir, I find it hard to believe these fantastic words, especially from a person who moments ago could not recall his own name. Prove your truth.
But that I am Odin.
Yes.
The Valkyries draw their weapons.
In combat. Will that prove whether or not I'm lying?
Of course.
They fight. All the Valkyries but Brunhilde are defeated.
I am in no mood for this.
Sorry, but truth is truth.
Odin is victorious. The Valkyries kneel in reverence.
Hail to Lord Odin, destroyer of the adversary.
All right, enough of that.
Enter Frigga, gods and goddesses. Loki follows at a distance.
Odin,
Frigga, my love,
we feared when the storm came.
why are you here? Open to the harsh winds.
The tempest caused fierce lines of rock to smash into the village. We'd have been crushed had it not been for the arrival of the sorcerer.
Sorcerer?
Hail and reverence to his majesty.
Rise up. Reverence and praise to you, great one, for you have saved my people. Come, you are one of us now. What is your name?
I am Loki, my lord, of a long-gone people. I am proud to serve you.
Assemble at once, my kinsmen. Today the adversary has been undone, and the giant's empire shall soon follow. Gather your arms and prepare to decimate the foe when the storm subsides. Oh, with bitter tears I profess the death of my beloved Vili and Ve. Yet did they die proudly. For the generals of our war, I hereby enlist these fine warriors, for though you know little of them, I know much of their courage and valor. You, woman, speak your name.
Brunhilde, liege.
And these?
We are the Valkyrie, my liege.
Then let all know that I proclaim them the greatest fighters in the land, for I myself have faced them. Brunhilde, disperse your warriors throughout my troop, and prepare for battle.
My lord, shall we rebuild our fortifications?
I trifle not with fortifications, man. Today we take the offensive against those enlarged brutes. After the day is won, we shall build a city, a grand city, from which we may overlook the land of Midgard, the world within the chasm.
And what shall we call this city, husband?
Sorry, it's gone.
And what shall we call this city, husband?
I know, I'm lost.
Oh.
It's
Say, give me some time to dwell on that. For now to battle, warriors all.
Exeunt. Scene 3, the Well of Knowledge on Midgard. Mimir stands beside the well. Enter Odin.
So at last you have appeared, as I knew one day you would. But why to Midgard, where once the chasm stood, have you come?
A new era is upon the cosmos. With the creation of this world, what better land to dwell than here at the center of nature?
May I enter this sacred grove?
I may not deny you, you created it.
Then I give you greeting, Mimir, guardian of the well of knowledge.
And I greet you, Odin, son of Bor, disruptor of the age of the giants, the herald of the age of the gods.
Since the day of my birth, I knew you would come. What form, what shape, I knew not, yet I knew this meeting was destined.
Why have you come?
For my people, not I.
And what service would you do them?
The giants' empire is crushed. Now do they scatter and hide amid Niflheim's greatest peaks. as once we were forced to wander, threatened by those who, daunted by their responsibility for our being, would see us irrevocably destroyed.
And now?
Now we wish to build a city that we may be strong evermore and witness the events of this, our offspring world.
And for this, my services are required?
No.
Speak. Fear not to tell me of your heart's desire. Shall Mimir lead you astray? Do not think it, for her purpose is to serve the powers of nature.
Vili and Ve are dead, Mimir. I alone rule my people.
But you are wise.
Wise? Aye, wise. Yet so was my father and his father afore. Shall I be content with the sagacity of an era of fear? No longer must I procure shelters, no longer must I plan skirmishes, no longer must I placate sovereigns. Now more than ever is there a call for wisdom, but not just any wisdom. A cosmic judgment is required, or we shall fall as have the giants before us. My sense, though deep, must scour the depths of eternity. Yes, Mimir, I, Odin the Wise, would be wiser.
So be it, great Odin. Would you keep your tribe in prosperity forever?
Until the end of time.
The end of time?
But I must acknowledge the death of existence.
Very well, Odin of the runes. To bring your people to time's end, then must you see that time, look within the well, and forever quench your thirst.
See the time? To know the world's end, this you would advise?
It is the way to accomplish that which you would do.
Then I shall do it.
But wait, there is a price for such an eternal knowledge.
I would sacrifice anything for my people's safety.
Your eye, cast it out.
So I shall. 'Tis a pittance for what I shall receive.
He gorges out his eye and casts it into the well.
Now look and know wisdom.
A pause. Odin rises from the well violently and then collapses in agony.
Gods of fate, tormentors of life, I see thee. I see thee. Away, Balder, life, mistletoe, death, and thou, friend, fiend of friends, away from my accursed eyes. Wait, pause, stop, shut it out. Impossible. Oh, what tortuous knowledge. Yet it must be contained. Strive, Odin, strive. Do it, or be vanquished yourself. Away. No, not away. Come within, but bury yourself deep. Dread knowledge, and surface only when your master bids you. You, the root of the tree Yggdrasil, that wends its way through all worlds, even to this, the newest. I here seize one twig from thee to represent this day. From this I shall fashion my greatest spear, to warn all of the supreme wisdom of Odin. And now, by this eye that I have left, I hereby vow never to regret this day. My city shall prosper forevermore, even unto the death of time. For it is the city of Odin, and I now do call it Asgard, the dwelling of the gods.
Mimir and the well fade from sight. Scene 4, the main hall of Valhalla. Odin retreats to the main setting of Asgard, where, atop his throne, he begins his transformation to his elder persona, with the Valkyries as his valets. Below, enter Frigga, Balder, Nanna, Sigyn, Hoder, gods and goddesses. A feast is prepared.
And to this end, fair son, beloved Balder, we desire your perfect peace and content in this, your sacred and much approved nuptial. For thy choice, noble son, know you that she is ever the glory of our heart, And though I happily would have called her daughter before, yet am I glad that she also earns this praise in your eyes.
I, mother, am more than such praise, for I might praise her every moment that immortal life delivers, and still my soul would shrivel unsatisfied, for praise is idle and spirits dine on greater feasts than this. Yet I hunger not, for on her soul I gorge myself till with a plump stomach, filled with infinite goodness, I draw from her ecstasy well satisfied.
I am anxious to know, fair lady, if only I could know what fairness was, what retort you have for my bold brother who so poorly mistreats you.
Only that if he becomes more like his kind, who choose to feast without their wives, he shall force me to seek sustenance elsewhere.
Well played, Nanna. For you, Balder, though you are the favorite son of Asgard, yet have you some wisdom to learn.
And what's that, mother?
To eat less and feed your wife more often.
Oh, I am undone by your jest.
Enough of this. Your father shall be here soon to bestow his blessing on this affair. Let us prepare his coming with music, for he would have feast today throughout Asgard, especially here in his favorite hall, Valhalla.
Music. The queen has spoken. Festivities and music. Odin descends from his high throne, older, bearing his spear, Gungnir. All hail Odin, the lord of Asgard.
All
All
hail.
hail the All-Father.
Enough of that for now, lads. Let's promote worship among the mortals, whose praises fill us with special warmth. For we are brothers all, linked by immortal blood.
Though some of us are less linked than others.
Balder, my brave son, welcome, child, to the hall of Valhalla. Methinks there are beauties here that will entice you.
I've a beauty here that will entice me, Lord, if it please him.
And so it shall, my love.
Come forward, that I may bless you. Know you, Balder, that your union with the pretty Nanna is one shared by your whole family, especially Odin, whose paternal care extends to all. And for you, my son, whose beauty, wit, and courage present the greatest joy to your loving father's eye that sees death. No, away, vile images. Oh, no. Oh, Balder.
Why do you weep, husband?
For naught, dear wife. Come, let us celebrate the day.
Revelry and feasting resume. Sigyn approaches Nanna.
Are you well pleased now, Nanna?
Oh, Sigyn, yes. If perfection lives in Asgard, it surely dwells in Balder's breast. What godliness in a god!
I hope there are others of his kind in readiness.
100 gods for every goddess, but me alone with sweet Balder.
You are fortunate, Nanna. Would that I might find happiness in some close time.
Aye, but look you, my friend, to be wary in your choice, for many have I scorned in my search for beauteous Balder.
I take your advice to heart. Though none have I had power to scorn, sweet lady, with you forever glowing at my side.
There you are. Come to table with me.
Who calls?
You know me not?
Pray forgive me, sir, though immortal I am blind.
This is some fancy of yours, Hoder. What, born on the same day and still not tuned to my voice?
Born on the same day? Why, sir, consider yourself fortunate, for you were also born on the same day as my brother Balder.
What sort of fellow is he?
Vain, glorious braggart, whose plumes are apt to be clipped by an inferior.
Oh, what god would do such a thing?
Oh, not God, sir. Goddess, his wife. She's bound to tie him tonight, sir.
Tie him?
To her will, that is.
I'll show you who's to be tied, scoundrel. Come to supper.
Gladly, so long as I'm not to sit near Balder.
And why this sudden loathing of your brother?
Oh, I loathe him not, sir. Verily, I've planned an escape for him tonight, and I don't wish to reveal my plot by associating with him.
Get you to table, sibling, before I cast you there. The only escape I require is from your infinite jests.
You do me wrong.
Enter Loki.
All hail Lord Odin.
Loki, at last you have chosen to visit us again. Come, sit beside me and tell me tales.
Gladly, Odin, after I've presented our young bridegroom with a gift.
Ah, he has brought some sorcery with him.
Of course, young Balder. Would you like some tricks?
No, tonight I'd much prefer to laugh.
You desire to laugh. What of your bride?
Why, she should laugh too, I think.
Should I? Well, Balder, I'll choose my own entertainment.
And my lady?
I do desire humor, sir.
Very well. And what of thy eternally melancholy brother, Balder? Surely he could make use of my craft?
Little shall your spells entertain me, sir. Sadly enough, I am...
I know. Nevertheless, my arts shall suffice to please even you. And what of your regal father, Balder, and your mother? Do I have leave to make them laugh?
Good sir, I should be pleased if the lot of us enjoyed your talents.
So be it. Behold.
All suddenly relax. Quiet laughter is heard, followed by various outbreaks of mirth, until finally all in the hall are shaken by uncontrollable laughter.
I feel like a light god. Verily, let's play with light, for I'm a light god, the god of light.
The lights in the room alter drastically at Balder's whim.
Good show, Balder. You are a conjurer yourself.
Loki, enough. We've had enough amusement for one day.
Odin, the fun has yet to begin.
Loki.
He becomes lost in laughter. Thunder and lightning abruptly explode throughout Valhalla. All cease their merriment. Enter Thor, bearing his hammer, Mjolnir. After a brief pause, the gods erupt in laughter again.
Loki, what have you done to them?
Merely amused them, gentle Thor.
Father, are you being amused?
Who are you? I know not.
Release them, Loki. Their wits are unsafe.
Unsafe? Unsafe? Do they appear to be in danger?
Do it.
Oh, you've brought Mjolnir, a finer hammer I've never seen.
Enough.
He casts Loki aside and smashes his hammer against the ground. All are thrown about violently. The spell of laughter ends. A few silent moments pass as the gods catch hold of their breaths.
Well, Loki, I believe we have had quite enough amusement for one evening. Welcome, Thor.
Father, he must go.
It was merely a jest, performed at their request.
I know your jests, Loki. They always end with the gods appearing as fools.
Calm this quarrel. 'Twas indeed but sport, though Loki's jests will be tamer in the future.
Of course, Odin. I meant no harm.
Come, son, sit by your father and tell me of your adventures.
Thor pauses, growls at Loki, then takes his seat.
There was many a giant knocked about the skull on this trip, Father.
Glad to hear it. Come, more mead.
What are you, mistress?
A lady, sir, as last I remembered.
A quick wit. Very nice. What's your name, lady?
Sigyn, Loki sorcerer.
Please, just Loki. So, Sigyn, thou art comely, and I shall be staying here for some time. May I court you?
Indeed, sir. You are,
What?
well, blunt, sir.
You shall, in fact, find I am quite sharp.
Vulgar brute? Way with you.
What is it, Sigyn?
Lord Odin, I have an announcement to make.
Say it, Loki.
On this merry day of matrimony, I desire to add one small leaf to the pile of mirth.
Loki.
Silence, son. What would you, friend?
Be married, sir.
Now this is happy chance. To whom pray tell us?
Why, to the beauteous Sigyn, of course.
What?
Sigyn, oh blessed friend, now is my day truly joyous.
But Nana,
Do not think your happiness will blemish my good fortune. Look how I weep with joy for you.
why Nana?
Because I always knew deep down how sad you were alone.
How sad I was.
Blessings upon ye, wizard. A fine lass have you chosen.
I'd shake your hand if I could see it.
You are surprised every moment, but good tidings all the same.
Well, this is unexpected, but it pleases us, Loki.
Thank you all. What remains is naught but ceremony. Come hither, my bride, that we may celebrate our engagement and share our joy with our friends. No longer must we steal flirtatious glances, nor flee to each other's arms at midnight, nor quell our heart's desires any further.
No, sir, no longer shall we do those things, nor have we any need to, for now we are husband and wife.
Fade to darkness. Scene 5. A northern crag on Midgard. Enter Sigurd and 2 warriors, Future and Heriar. Methinks the gods will praise our courage in this land.
Hush, lads. We must cross this dreaded region ere we arrive at Fafnir's abode.
But what of our rivals in this quest? Surely they will stop at nothing to gain the giant's treasure hoard.
Then ready your axe, for a bloody battle will be good exercise before breakfast.
They come! Behold! Enter leader and 3 more warriors, all Future and Heriar. So, you attempt this journey in spite of my warnings.
Your challenge merely prompted us to partake in this adventure. Come, let's fight!
Have at you! They skirmish. All but Sigurd and the leader are slain. After a final duel, Sigurd slays the leader.
You were worthy, friend. Commend me to Lord Odin.
Enter Brunhilde and the Valkyries. Sigurd cannot perceive them.
Gather them all, for not one of their backs was braced by a milky spine. Lord Odin invites only the bravest mortals to feast beside him in Valhalla, and these have rightfully gained such merit.
The dead awaken at the Valkyries' touch.
Rejoice, courageous spirits. You dine with Odin tonight, for we have elected you to join the leagues of his and Heriar, the warriors of Valhalla.
Ah, I knew all this fighting would get me somewhere. Exit Heriar and 7 of the Valkyries. Brunhilde stares longingly at Sigurd.
Who is he, sister?
He is Sigurd, a legend among the mortals.
Why do you stare at him so?
I know not. He makes me feel strange.
Strange.
I would speak with him.
Odin has forbidden it. No living warrior may behold the Valkyries.
I know, sister, yet I am compelled by something. I know not what.
Come, Hildy, we must away.
I shall follow.
Exit Valkyrie.
By Thor's beard, I'm alone again. Well, if the giant falls before this blade, the fiend loneliness will devour poor Sigurd.
Odin, forgive me.
A pause. Sigurd suddenly turns and raises his sword.
Eh? A woman?
Aye, man.
What sorcery is this? A woman in mail? With weapons?
No sorcery is it, fellow. I am a warrior maiden.
A warrior maiden. Those 2 words don't go together, lass. Now go home and give your father back his arm.
Shall I prove my truth?
Prove you. What? Fight with you?
Aye, there's no other way.
I'll not. Tis shameful.
Then you shall be easy prey.
She attacks him. Sigurd is pressed hard to defend himself.
What are you?
A maiden, as I said before.
Who taught you to fight?
My mother.
Sigurd eventually regains ground. Both swing their swords fiercely.
Never have I fought so brutal a foe.
And I never so fine an enemy.
Finally, both warriors are disarmed. They stare at each other for long moments, then embrace passionately.
I've dreamt of you every night, lass.
Aye, man, 'twas I was in your dreams.
They kiss. Blackout. Scene 6, Odin's chamber in Valhalla. Thor and Odin sit in repose.
Yes, for certainly Utgard is the craftiest of giants, father. At my threat, he refused to give battle. My puny might, he said he could not even disturb his house cat.
His house cat?
Aye, at which point I made ready to hurl the cat 7 leagues distance, but found myself unable to budge it.
Unable to lift his cat, Thor?
And the giants laughed a bellyful, for the cat was merely an illusion cast upon Jormungandr, the writhing serpent that wraps its scaly folds round Midgard.
Jormungandr?
Aye. The thunder and billows roared at my distemper, yet Utgard continued to laugh. Before I knew it, I let my hammer swell my fury, laughing so hard, I decided not to kill him.
Odin looks away from him, distraught.
What is it, father? Should I not have mentioned the Midgard serpent? You treat me less than a god to think I should fear to say that name.
Only to you, Thor, and to the Valkyries have I told the end of all things.
I and the Midgard serpent will kill me on the last day. Do you think I have forgotten? Yet do I fear him for this? No, for by this knowledge, I know that I will endure until the last day and die fighting the mightiest creature in the cosmos.
If only the whole matter could be viewed in so simple a fashion. But you do not see what I see, live what I live within the well. With this eye, I see the glorious world about me. With this void upon my face, I see the death of my family. You gods, hear the cries of agony and the halls collapsing, smell the reeking death, taste the bitter smoke, and feel the burning fire in my breast.
Now you are wise.
Am I, Thor? 'Tis true I may guide us well until the end of all things, but am I truly wise? I fear my knowledge, yea, even regret it oft times, as I have sworn not to do. It is because I am unable to focus with these crystal mirrors of life. I look through one, but not the other. Then I switch to the shunned one, not daring to gaze with the first. If I could do that, if I could see the world through both eyes, then, son, would I be wise.
Then do it.
I try, Thor. By my father's beard, I swear I try, yet to see my beloved Balder lying there, his carrion flesh stretched thinly across his face, foretelling the doom of the heavens, I cannot bear it.
Then know that the day is long off, and be satisfied. Do I not venture every month into the mountains of Jotunheim, where the giants attempt to rebuild their lost kingdom? Do I not ravage their homes and break their bones? Does this not stave off the final day? And what of your loyal Valkyr, the fighting maidens of the sword? Do they not gather the most valiant mortals who die by spears and clubs so that they may serve you on the last day?
I know all this, son. You are right to chastise me.
I'll not be scolding my sire. Let us drink.
Aye. Pour the flagon.
They drink.
Father, why do you mistreat your son?
What have I done to you, Thor, that you say this?
It is not myself. It is blind Hoder. Why do you scowl?
Dare you mention that name before me, that accursed of my brood, that damned of my children?
You do him wrong. It is not his fault he is blind.
Blind? Blind? Think you I'd quiver over such a thing? I care not for his blindness, yet my soul forces me to despise him.
Why?
Ah, Thor, the day will come when even you shall loathe him utterly. Mark my words, for in this at least I am wise.
Enter Frigga.
What means this shouting?
My queen, you have come at a sour moment. Pray, leave us.
I'll not, Odin. What does this signify?
Exit Thor with thunder.
Or
Let him go, else his storms will topple the mountain and pitch on which Asgard stands.
what is it, husband?
Odin turns away.
Will you give no answer to my queries? Will you never share your secrets with your wife?
I would spare you them. Please, leave me here.
As always, I obey your command. Would that Frigga knew what purpose she held in your life, for it seems she is for naught.
Exit Frigga.
Oh, sweet Frigg, you do my love wrong. If I thought your tender heart could bear an inkling of this woe, I'd deliver to you all the secrets immured at the bottom of the black well, those dread thoughts that fly up from the murky depths to the folds of my mind. Death and damnation, I see you every day. Would that I could accept your news rather than curse my guiltless sight.
Exit Odin. Scene 7, the Hall of Loki. Enter Balder, Nanna, Loki, and Sigyn.
Ah, 'twas food befitting monarchs, praiseworthy Sigyn, that tonight has passed through the guardage of my mouth into the tender realm of my belly.
The greater honor came from the guests who shared greeting at our table.
And the mead, oh skilled alchemist, thou hast conjured a brew more refreshing than the sweetest nectar in Valhalla's cupboards. You have won my palate even as this one gained my heart.
I am pleased.
Enough flattery, gentle Balder. Be more simply contented like your wife, who is joyful that the union of her friends has extended its love towards us, who are fortunate in the excess.
Of course, you will join us tomorrow?
Though my heart flutters at the offer, I must decline. A several-day journey begins in the morning.
Then you shall stay with us, Sigyn, rather than dwell alone in these mighty halls.
That would please me greatly.
You will not go, Sigyn.
I don't understand.
Gladly would I have you reside with our friends, but for the special duties you are pledged to these 7 days coming. Have you so soon forgotten?
Husband, I'm sorry, Nanna. I may not stay with you.
Then good luck in your enterprise, sweet Sigyn. Good morrow, dear friend.
Fair fortunes tomorrow, Loki.
I humbly thank you.
Exit Balder and Nanna.
Why could I not go, husband?
Lock those lips tight, harlot. Have you so soon forgotten the oath of obedience you swore to me on our wedding night? You are never to speak in my presence unless I will it.
That promise was made under force. I'll never understand why you've pushed me into such submission. Why must I be your slave?
It is fitting that one should be slave when the other is master.
Master of me? Why, I'll leave you.
Is that threat meant to coax me into your love, that I might sense my terrible error and realize how I'd be lost without your shining presence?
How can you mock me so?
Because I love you not.
Then why marry me?
To gain acceptance in Asgard. Though I was Odin's friend, I remained an outsider. Now I have entered the city's most private circles. Divorce me if you will, I care not.
Cruel dog, you have ruined me.
I have done nothing of the kind. Go and lead a new life. I will not deny you.
But you are my husband.
How quaint, Sigyn. How very quaint indeed.
Exit Loki. Sigyn collapses in misery.
Cursed slave that I am, shall I leave him? No, for he's the groom that I was bride to. What a word is husband, a word swelled with my want, yet returning only emptiness. O husband, how I sought your phantom forms, how I dreamed of your thousand images, yet none did match with this. Shall I leave him? No, for that vow that husbands me to him swears loyalty from me, though it comes not from him. He is the husband to these halls, and so shall he be to me. For while he is away, I shall abandon the truth and long for him. When he is here, I shall avoid him, as is ever his wont, and I'll play with my mind and say I seek him desperately, that he is the phantom of my dreams. And when I find him, he will hold me tenderly and say, Sigyn, my lass, where have you been? I have sought you, for my mind ill functions in your absence. Do not leave me, sweetest. Stay ever within my sight and talk to me, for I may not listen to my own harsh voice when such a delicate treasure as yours may be heard. Come, sweetie, to my bosom, and there remain. And when that dream fades, I shall huddle alone beneath the cool window, passive to the wind, and dream again, and then yet once more, until at length reality fades from sight, and I am left with pleasant fantasy.
Fade to darkness. Scene 8. Odin's high throne. Odin sits atop his mountain throne.
I look out upon the world from this high seat and see all that exists throughout creation, from these icy peaks of Niflheim to the mortal world of Midgard, south to the bubbling heat of Muspel, and still back again here to Asgard, where my children thrive in glory. Yet the terrible truth of that glory, the conflict that already begins, shall reduce the city to glittering ashes. How may I be content? I know not.
Enter Frigga.
May I approach you?
Come to me, my love, and know a god's guilty repentance.
Repent not to me, husband. Accept repentance from where it is due.
Aye, but not from you, Blossom. Do not stand. Sit there beside me. Shall I be forgiven?
Do I love you?
I would die now if you didn't.
Then you know my answer. Is my forgiveness granted?
You need none. You are guiltless, guiltless as a skiff tossed on a stormy sea.
Love, when shall you share your fears with me?
Love, I bear you dies. Then shall you know my misery.
Then why are Thor and Brunhilde told of the tragedies you know? Do you love them not?
They are like brands of wood to keep the wolf at bay. But eventually the brands will be consumed, and the wolf will tear at the hand that offends it. I would deny you that pain.
Yet what pain do you shield me from? The wolf will tear that other naked hand, which held not the fire after it has consumed the first. Do you believe I rest content at night while you bellow in anguish at my side?
I begin to sway my judgment. Mayhap I shall tell you soon of my dark secrets, but first I must journey to Midgard to ascertain my fears of some impending doom.
Then I shall not rest till you have kept your promise.
Enter Brunhilde.
Greetings, my lord and lady.
Welcome, Brunhilde.
What news, cousin?
Judgment time comes for the warrior, Sigurd.
I'll join you for supper, my son.
Aye, husband.
Exit Frigga.
There he is, drawing his blade before Fafnir himself.
Aye, lord, but the giant has found the means to transmute his form to a great serpent.
I am well aware of this. Yet Sigurd may triumph if he finds the magic sword locked in Fafnir's chest.
Aye, sir, they are indeed well matched.
He is a fine warrior, is he not?
Yes, Odin, you have gifted him well.
I have, haven't I? I shall need his like in Valhalla on the last day.
It is a noble place for a man's fighting spirit to dwell after his death, so unlike the dreary realm of damned souls.
Aye, where cursed hell holds the sceptre of rule. 'Tis a dreadful place, dreadful enough to give even a god pause and fear for his immortality. Yet all must go there who die not with sword in hand.
'Tis a black fate indeed to be immortal.
Yet all of this is well known. Come, let us judge him.
Let it fall on my love's favor.
He has had many victories,
Pray let him have more,
and his valor has never wavered.
nor ever shall, though he live forever.
He has indeed achieved all that a warrior may desire.
Aye, and more, including me.
He deserves a special gift.
Bless you, Odin.
Grant victory to the giant. I shall praise brave Sigurd tonight at my table. So be it.
Will you not reconsider?
Reconsider what, Brunhilde?
Why, your judgment on Sigurd, of course.
Why should I? We have weighed all the issues, have we not?
Well, yes, sir.
Very well. Now don't rush it, Brunhilde. Take your time, make it glorious. And above all, enjoy yourself. Sigurd will be well pleased.
Exit Odin.
If Sigurd dies, so too dies Brunhilde's love for Sigurd. Odin has forbidden the Valkyries to love any lest it taint our maidenhood, the symbol of our purity as his elite bodyguard. Though my love and I may steal embraces upon Midgard, when Odin is away from his all-seeing throne, there will never be such pleasure so close to Odin's eye as in his own feasting hall, Valhalla. Therefore, Will, resolve yourself to love and bring victory to your heart, to Sigurd. Then, brave man, discover that enchanted blade and bring it home upon Fafnir's coiling neck. Though the black ichor that spews from his veins now covers your manly form, that filth may be cleaned in flowing river banks. Yet the sin of my disobedience taints my soul eternally and demands punishment. So I flee to you, my love, for the only joy I'll ever know is in your arms.
Exit Brunhilde. Scene 9. A street in Asgard. Enter Balder and Nanna.
When I gaze at the stars, sweet Nanna, I cannot help but pity them.
And why is that, my love?
They shine for ages throughout creation, spreading light to all the 9 worlds, yet they lack that one element that grants true light immortality.
You know much of light, dear Lord, for you are often light of heart, which befits the god of light.
But my heart's not so light as it was, dear wife, for now it contains that one part that shall let it pulse forever.
What part, dear Balder?
Powerful light briefly envelops Balder.
It is you, my love, for now I know I'll never burn out, as a star might, for you fill me with the love that kindles eternity.
It is no wonder, sweet Balder, that I often glow inside, for your love charges my soul.
They embrace and kiss. Enter Hoder.
What's this? Hoder alone? At last I may pay back his cunning jests. Get you home, woman. I'll join you at once.
What folly is this?
Hush and be gone. I'll only be a moment.
Be true to your word, or I'll sleep ere you come home.
I'd not want that. Now off!
Exit Nanna. Balder approaches Hoder stealthily, then dives at him. Hoder neatly sidesteps and then stands calmly beside his prone brother.
Good evening, Balder.
Hoder, you rascally knave. Why are there some times that you can't recognize my voice and other times that you know me a league away?
Only an incompetent oaf would take a dive when sparring with a blind fellow. You, dear brother, are the only god matching that description.
Curses, I'm undone again.
Let me help you up, lad.
What do you do alone on this night?
Alone? Drat.
Thought you otherwise?
Of course. There was a party at Bragi's. I must have walked straight out the back door.
Oh, really?
My mistake. I should have realized where I was.
Why is that?
Wouldn't expect to find you in a swinging place like that.
Of course not. If you had half a brain, you'd know I'd be home entertaining my bride.
Which is why you're out here fiddling with me?
Actually, I was.
Quite all right, Balder. There is no reason to explain.
Explain what?
Well, if you need a little advice from your more worldly twin, I understand.
Now you see here.
Enter Hermod swiftly. One side, one side. Hermod comes with an urgent message for Lord Odin. Hoder trips him.
Shame on you, Hoder. That god's on urgent business.
Did you do that?
Who's speaking? I'm sorry, sir. I'm blind. Speak to my brother. He'll know what you're talking about.
Right. Hermod slams Balder, who falls dazed.
What's going on?
Just paid your brother back is all.
Oh, did you owe him money?
Right.
Now for my dirty work.
He covers Balder's eyes.
What's this?
Are you all right, Balder?
I feel all right, but I can't see a thing.
It's funny. I'm starting to get these fuzzy sensations. I think I can see, Balder.
What's that?
Well, maybe Hermod knocked your eyes into my head.
That's ridiculous.
You're right.
Come, Hoder, I didn't mean anything. You know that. If I could change places with you for a few days, I would, just to let you know what it's like.
Then you'd know a fate worse than blindness.
What do you mean?
You know what it's like for father to hate you.
He doesn't hate you.
Oh, really? How about the radiance of the ether and favorite son and all that fa?
That was a bit much.
Why does he despise me so, Balder? I never did anything to deserve it. It's not my fault I'm blind.
I know.
Here I am, with the wisest father in the universe, and he hates me for no reason.
Well, come on, there's no sense dwelling on it. I've got to get back. Want to visit us for a bit?
No, I'm nothing but trouble. How are you two supposed to copulate with me hanging around the place?
You wouldn't see anything anyway.
True.
Exeunt. Scene 10. The realm of Hela. Hela sits upon her throne. Undead skulk about her. Enter Loki, cloaked and hooded as before. The undead rise up to intercept him.
Down, denizens of the murky hollow. Aside, children of wicked Hela. Let me have free passage, as is usual when I visit your dread mistress.
Welcome, Usher of Doom, harbinger of my glory, destroyer of life and disease to the gods.
Greetings to you, Hela, Black Queen, keeper of the dead and their secrets, bringer of destruction and woe, scourge of lost souls, and proudly my daughter.
Why have you come here, Father? Do you wish to spoil your ruse among the gods and reveal the midnight source of your art?
What god could follow the paths I tread? The paths of Loki, the master deceiver.
Odin's eye can follow you here from his all-seeing throne. Often have I felt his repulsive vision, a lonely strand of gold amid the blackened gloom.
Odin concerns me not. He knows I carry some dread purpose about me, yet in his inability to face damnation, he turns his back on the threat I pose. He knows he cannot avoid the last day.
Yet he forestalls it. That wretched son of his, the Thunderer, breaks the backs of the giant warlords before they can rouse a single fighter.
Yet he fills your spacious halls with heaps of dead.
Aye, but I am denied the taste of the brave warriors from Midgard. Those pirating hordes, the Valkyries, steal those souls from me, and I am left with bitter hunger at their loss. I would have them, Father, every last one of them, to feast on the threads of their souls as a vulture tears flesh from a carrion.
And you shall have them soon, if all goes as I have planned.
Your bids of destruction have failed before and threatened your position among the gods.
Those failings have been rectified, for I am now married into the tribe. Now listen, and know the secret that shall topple Asgard's golden
What dread,
walls.
what dread knowledge have you conjured?
So deep within Asgard, I have been able to do that which was forever denied me.
Yes, what was that?
I entered the dreams of Odin.
You dared. If you were discovered, he would have trapped your soul for eternity.
Perhaps, yet it was worth the risk, for I have uncovered the key to the gods' fall.
Will you no longer speak?
As to the secret,
Yes.
no, I have come for other purposes. You must build a great citadel here in your kingdom.
What is this? You dare leave me ignorant of your designs and then demand the construction of a fortress. For whom?
For the brightest spirit in the cosmos. Only such a place can house so glorious a soul.
For a foreign soul you would have me build and yet not know its name. I demand that much, Father.
All in good time.
I know I cannot wrest it from you, but if you do not speak, I shan't construct your castle.
You shall do as I command you, daughter, or face my wrath.
Loki raises his arms and Hela cringes. Loki releases her from his spell.
Forgive me, my father, my love. Tell me, and I shall give birth to another monster as I did to Jormungandr, the Midgard serpent.
I have no need for another of your sons.
My son and my brother, as you well know, for though you are my father, yet you are my lover too.
Away, I have no time to satisfy your lust. Yet if you insist in this fashion, I guess I shall sate your curiosity.
Yes, do.
In Odin's fevered dreams, I saw him before the well of knowledge, and the waters within, though confined, were as the waves of 1,000 oceans. I could not make out the several visions that swept through the well's depths, yet the whispering waves revealed Asgard's curse.
And?
With the death of Odin's greatest love, his brightest sun, comes the end of the world.
Balder. Balder shall die a shameful death, and his soul shall enter here. Gladly would I build 100 citadels for such a prize.
The day of Ragnarok approaches, the last day for the gods and for the Golden City.
They shall weep and wail as their walls crumble.
Aye, for the twilight of the gods is upon them.
Act 2, Scene 1, The Well of Knowledge on Midgard. Mimir and Odin, bearing his spear Gungnir, stand beside the well.
The time has come, does it not, Mimir? The time of Balder's death and the destruction of the gods.
Mayhap, wise Odin, mayhap there is yet some hope for the Balder, some way to push back the coming doom, to enter fate yet a little longer.
What shall I do?
Answer the yearnings of your wife.
Frigga's desire to know of Ragnarok. This shall protect my beloved son? And then this course shall I take?
Odin, yet one more thing must you know.
What, great Mimir?
Though one day the heavens will split, wrecked by the forces of divine war, there is yet some hope for this world.
I know it matters proceed as I have begun them. The world of Midgard shall be spared the final doom of the gods.
Then follow your twisted paths, though they smother you in agony.
Yes, the pain that chokes my mind prevents me from enjoying the life I imagined when last I visited this sacred place. My one hope lies in this world, that it might live, though immortality dies.
Enter Brunhilde.
You?
I sensed you here, Odin, and felt bold enough to approach you.
You have disobeyed my will and must be punished.
That will which I disobeyed was a will that I have loved before without reserve. Yet another love, a passion beyond my power, has overridden your will. I am sorry that I have offended you, but I cannot regret it.
Then know you, Brunhilde, that Odin's love for you was great, as were his respect and honors towards you. The former you do keep, the latter must I revoke. For though I love you, I may no longer hold you in that place befitting the lord of my honor guard.
Must I be separated from my sisters?
You knew that before the deed was done. Stripped of your immortality shall you be, and of your loved one as well.
And 'tis as I feared, my act was for naught. My Sigurd is lost to me in spite of all.
Greatly do you care for a man who has done little for you. Yet gladly would you abandon Odin and his Valkyries.
You are wrong, Odin. Do you think that if I had a choice, I would bear to see that loving eye of yours denied me? If I had a choice, would I leave the company of my sisters with whom I have lived for 7 ages? If I had a choice, would I choose to die like a mortal? No, Odin. The love I bear Sigurd blocks all other paths. I am helpless to my passion.
Oh, you have indeed forsaken much for your heart's desire. Now you must release that last joy which you hoped for.
One final choice is left me. I must accept your decree or fight for my passion.
Decide.
Then it appears my soul possesses one last shred of will. For nothing, not even my love for Sigurd could make me strike in anger toward your loving head. Here is my sword, Odin. I'd renounce my heritage before that blade should ever draw your blood.
So be it. Then know that you shall lie in a helpless stupor atop Midgard's highest mountain, surrounded by a sheath of flame. Yet I am not indifferent to your final pledge of love. From this plight, you may be rescued by the truest warrior of Midgard, though he shall face deadly perils ere he find you here.
My last hope rises then, that Sigurd shall redeem my soul.
Brunhilde collapses, but is caught tenderly by Odin.
Aye, lass, for in both you and he rests the salvation of Midgard.
Fade to darkness. Scene 2, a courtyard in Asgard. Enter Frigga and goddesses.
Why have you summoned us, gentle queen?
There is news which you, my handmaidens, must bring forth to all the 9 worlds.
What news, sweet mistress?
My husband has finally yielded to my desires and bestowed his dread knowledge upon me. Yet I am no tender dame, crushed by hardship, that I may strive to conquer. Therefore go you, my dears, do everything that dwells in all existence and exact this promise, that never shall they harm my beloved Balder. Speak to every creature, man, beast, or giant, every plant, every stone, and every weapon, for all do love Balder, whether our ally or fiercest enemy. None shall deny your plea, so make haste and deliver this message.
We shall, my lady. Exit goddesses.
Now, Fortune, witness this precaution, and be merciful to the wary and the wise. The one day my blessed son shall die, let life reside within his noble breast, until the day the gods become careless.
Exit Frigga. Scene 3, a northern valley on Midgard. Enter Sigurd.
Brunhilde! Brunhilde! Where are you, woman? By my sword, there's not a woman alive who won't scamper off when you leave her for a couple of days. Brunhilde! I grow impatient, lass.
He spies Brunhilde's cloak.
Ah, she has left behind her cloak as a token of faith. She'll be back in a trice, or I'm a wild boar. In faith, I think she loves me.
Enter Valkyrie 1, behind Sigurd.
Well, good wench. If you think you can surprise me like that, you're fooling yourself. I'm keener than most. What? Another of you? The world is coming to a sad end when women shall take the place of men.
Silence, for I am at peril in speaking with you.
What's that?
Brunhilde lies imprisoned many leagues distant. You must go to her.
Who has committed this filthy deed? I'll cleave him in twain.
One far greater than you has done this, though her rescue lies within your grasp.
What must I do?
She lies atop that mountain to the north. Many dangers must you surpass to save her.
Beset me with 100 foes, the steepest mountain of the north, and 20 fire drakes. Yet I'll persist and drive on till Brunhilde is mine again. Who has committed this foul crime?
No crime is it, but punishment for Brunhilde's sins.
Sins? By my beard, the maid's soul is spotless.
There is much about her which you are unaware, but I must leave you presently, or share her fate.
Then I go now to save her.
Exeunt severally. Scene 4. Frigga's grove within Asgard. Enter Loki, wearing his magic cloak.
Now begins the ending of all things. Behold my enchanted cloak, which transforms its wearer to whatever form his mind commands. Now I am a Viking warrior, bearing a skull-smashing warhammer. Now an old man supported by a crane, and yet even now a damsel in peril. Of course, these fantastical changes are far too great, or of too great a substance for a mortal to perceive, yet a god is fooled all the same. Therefore, judge my worth not by what you see, but by the success of my powers before the gods.
Enter Nana.
Sigyn, Sigyn, my troth, where are you, girl?
Now I am Balder.
Balder, did we not part but a moment ago?
Aye, woman, we did.
But you told me you were going to see your father.
A god goes where he pleases, and need not inform his o'er-curious wife.
What? Balder, I ne'er...
Who is it you seek, lady?
Sigyn and I were to meet here at Frigga's Cove, as I told you this morning.
Well, she was by and asked me to tell you that she'd rather walk alone than meet you.
That was unkind.
Perhaps she grew weary of your mindless prattle.
How dare you?
Enough. I know when I am wrong. I apologize. Can I make it up to you behind that shrub there?
What do you mean?
I mean, there's one sure way to please a lady.
You are in bad spirits, husband, and mayhaps begin to reveal your true heart.
This is most amusing.
Nana strikes him, then exits.
Ah, well, the best of tricks possess their drawbacks.
Enter Sigyn.
Now I am she who slapped me.
Nana, I'm sorry I'm late.
What detained you?
My husband, who commanded me to stay home.
You broke his will?
I had to, Nana, for there's a limit even to my patience.
There is ill will between you.
I should not say these things.
Please do.
Well, Nana, he's like a tyrant to me.
Then why don't you divorce him?
I'm shocked to hear those words from your mouth.
You're merely practical. If Balder lorded it over me, I'd kick him all the way to Muspelheim.
Would you not wait upon some chance that his true feelings differed from his actions?
Bah, Sigyn, you are a dreamer. Leave him while you have the chance.
I shall not.
Why?
I am his wife. I am ever faithful to him, though he sorely mistreat me.
Do you love him?
It's a difficult question to answer.
Mayhap because you fight a hopeless battle. What can you possibly win?
His love.
You are a fool.
Yes, I am, though I am a faithful one.
Now watch her scream in nightmarish terror and forever fear my powers.
Nana, your judgment surprises me.
Not when it's truly my judgment, prating buffoon.
Loki!
I, the master of cunning, evil, and treachery, flee before my awesome wrath, disobedient whore.
Damn you for this.
You dare!
Husband, I did not mean to. Forgive me. The fault is mine.
Away from me!
But Loki!
Your husband commands you to be gone from hence.
My husband. Yes, my lord.
Exit Sigyn.
'Tis a black day indeed when my face be thus defiled by female hands. Yet these practices do but prepare me for the day's greatest mischief.
Enter Frigga. Loki dons his cloak.
And so it begins. Now am I an old giantess.
What say you, keeper of these silver figs that do ripen even with the coming of the new season?
They are good, madam, though I think those golden apples are much prettier.
As they are, for they sustain the gods with their nourishment. Yet some bright silver helps reflect the beauty of the gold. Is this not true?
It is, so please your lady.
It does, thank you. Tell me, woman, how my garden thrives. Is there anything amiss within?
Not but a serpent who stole in and terrified some doves, but it is gone now.
Whence came this serpent, think you?
Straight from hell, methinks.
From hell, the goddess of death? How would she concern herself with my garden?
I know not. 'Twas a careless statement.
Well, now, these platinum roses do shine brightly, don't they?
Aye, lady. Perhaps they are pleased that their light is well preserved.
Mean you Balder?
Aye, lady. You have done well to secure his safety.
I think so.
You have done right well, so please you.
All of creation has sworn not to harm him.
Well done, lady. Every man and beast, as I hear, has so pledged.
Aye, woman.
I hope no plant or stone should think to strike him.
I am not so foolish as to overlook the minerals of the earth, nor the lush vegetation of nature. They have likewise pledged their faith.
This was well foreseen. I take it then not a single thing was missed.
I am glad that you are so anxious over my son's safety.
This garden could not live without him, lady.
Then rest you soundly, giant maid, for everything has sworn.
Everything? Are you sure not one small element of nature was missed?
Not a thing.
Every last and solitary fragment of creation was asked, not a single thing overlooked?
Well, if you must know, my maids reported that a few of the smaller plants were neglected in their haste. But my heralds have taken measures to secure the loyalty of even those by the day's end. The small plant and mistletoe that grows upon that wall, for example, was missed. But really, what harm could such an innocent thing do?
None, my lady.
Well, to your duty.
Exit Frigga. Loki casts the cloak aside and tears the mistletoe down from the wall.
What harm indeed, foolish queen, could such an innocent plant pose? Well, young mistletoe sprout, I so pity their neglect to you that I now make you the most important of all plants that grow evermore. Now leave this soft, vulnerable shape and become a tool of might.
He transforms the mistletoe into a green arrow.
This unholy missile shall become the instrument of annihilation, for it is the only weapon that can destroy Balder, the enemy of darkness.
Blackout. Scene 5, atop the highest mountain of Midgard. And as we do the scene, feel free to improvise any singing melody that you would like. Brunhilde lies prone upon an altar at the mountain's peak. Swirling mists surround her. She wakes gracefully from her trance.
I'm calling to you of my heart, so hear me as I call unto you. I'm calling to you, oh my Sigurd, to free me that I'll wake in your arms. I'm calling to you of my heart.
Brunhilde again enters her trance, enters Sigurd afar.
Brunhilde, Brunhilde, I'm calling, so hear me. Brunhilde!
My Sigurd!
At the sound of her voice, Sigurd makes his way towards her. Enter the Valkyries, who bar his way.
Who are you, man? You that come here?
I am Sigurd, the eye that come here.
What do you seek, you that come here?
For Brunhilde, I that come here.
For Brunhilde, Brunhilde.
Sigurd does battle with the Valkyries and overcomes them. Enter Odin, disguised as a mortal.
Who are you, man? You that come here?
I am Sigurd, I that come here.
What do you seek, you that come here?
For Brunhilde, I that come here.
For Brunhilde, for Brunhilde.
Will you face me? I'm immortal.
I will face you. I am Sigurd.
He is Sigurd. He is Sigurd.
They do battle. Sigurd breaks Odin's staff. Odin yields to him. Sigurd then climbs the altar and awakens Brunhilde with a kiss.
I'm calling to you of my heart, so hear me as I call unto you.
I'm calling to you, oh my Sigurd, to free me that I'll wake in your arms. I'm
calling to you
of my
my heart.
They embrace. Odin rises, a look of satisfaction on his face. The Valkyries raise their swords in triumph, fade to darkness. Scene 6, a courtyard in Asgard. The gods and Einherjar, including their leader, spar with weapons and armor. Come, former mortals of Midgard, you Einherjar chosen by the Valkyries. We'll teach you to fight like gods. And we'll teach you to fight like men. General laughter. Their mock combat continues. Enter Balder and Hoder.
Well fought, good lord. I've never seen a mortal fight so fiercely. Pray tell me, who killed you?
Sigurd did, I'm proud to say.
Good for you, lad.
Come, fight me, Balder.
I attend Hodor today, friend. I wait upon his pleasure.
Then my pleasure is he should give you a beating. What say you, lads?
All laugh. Enter Loki.
Wait a moment, godlings. Wait another moment, in fact. Have you so soon forgotten the nature of your opponent?
What say you, Loki?
He's invincible thanks to his mother. Not a one of you is his match now.
Is this true, Balder?
Well, actually...
Of course it's true. Behold!
Loki seizes a sword and swings it with full force at Balder. The sword splinters on Balder's body, but Balder stands completely unharmed. All applaud merrily. Let me try that! He breaks a weapon in the same manner. This is merry. May I try, Balder?
Sure, lads. Come one, come all. There's a piece of me for each of you.
All hurl spears and strike vainly with swords and axes.
Why not take part in the fun, my friend?
Gladly would I, sir. Unfortunately, I am blind.
This is no inconvenience, godling. For shame on your self-pity.
I'll show you some self-pity, I will.
I do not mock you, Hoder. What I meant is that I can help you.
How?
I have heard that when Balder guides you, your steady hands can command a bow better than any other archer.
It is true, but I've no bow, no arrow, and no Balder to assist me. He's quite busy at the moment. So in short, there's naught I can do to partake in this.
But I've a bow about me, and a decent enough aim to guide your shot. And I'm sure we can find an arrow lying around here somewhere.
'Twill be an excellent jest. After you aim me, scamper off so no one will know you assisted me. They'll all be so surprised.
Couldn't have planned it better myself.
Loki provides Hoder with the bow and the mistletoe arrow, sets Hoder's aim, and then leaves his side. The gods and Einherjar have just finished their sport and are patting Balder on the back.
Balder! Balder! Look!
Hoder fires. The arrow pierces Balder's body, emerging from his back with blood. Balder falls in horror.
Hoder!
He falls dead. All are stunned into silence. Exit Loki.
What? What's happening?
The thunder and tempest resound. Enter Thor, who immediately spies Baldur's corpse.
What a wicked sight to greet my return from battle! Who has done this deadly thing? Who has slain Balder?
Balder? No!
The gods point feebly to Hoder.
'Tis an unlikely assassin. Yet vengeance ever strikes!
Thor strikes Hoder with Mjolnir. Hoder collapses painfully to the ground, then crawls feebly over to Balder and dies. Loki's laughter echoes throughout the courtyard.
That is Loki's laugh.
I thought I saw him part from Hoder ere the deed was done.
What?
Aye, and stole away quickly with menace on his face.
Loki stole away.
Get back! Pushes leader away from Thor. All present sink in fear. Thor calls upon the thunder, lightning, and tempest. His voice resounds mightily.
Loki! More cursed than all who live! Let thunder come and bring my vengeance! I come now as your doom, your destroyer!
Blackout. Scene 7. A mountaintop in Jotunheim. Enter Loki.
Already the winter of life commences, the world's bright sun destroyed. Even these frozen mountains of Jotunheim do chill with deeper temperatures. Balder, sadly enough, is dead, and I rejoice at the coming of the wolf. But why have I worked my harmful mischief? Why do I dance at the coming of Ragnarok, the gods' sad twilight? Well, that comes later.
Enter Thor.
Loki!
Oh, glad you could make it. There's a lovely view of Utgard's palace if you sit right here.
In that spot shall you forever rest, villain!
That boy is a matter of opinion.
Stand and face me!
Gladly, accompanied by the glove Yarngriper.
It shall avail you not!
Thor charges, swinging his hammer with full force. Loki catches the heft in his enchanted gauntlet, frees it from Thor's grasp, and then beats down his adversary with little effort.
What good is your wrath versus one with enchantment? I have but to focus, and the arcane powers within nature's fabric obey me.
Loki prepares the death stroke, but Thor manages enough strength to dodge aside. Loki is thrown off balance, and Thor seizes both the hammer and Loki's other arm. The two struggle until Thor prevails by smashing his head into Loki's. He then hurls the stunned Loki full force into a large rock and prepares the final blow with Mjolnir. Enter Odin.
Hold!
By the four winds, I say you nay this time, father! He has slain Balder and inspired my wrath to kill poor Hodir. He will finally be punished!
Oh, my son, I know of his most dreadful crime. I always misjudged gentle Hoder, who was sinless in his brother's death. Yet still I beg you to hold.
Wherefore?
Yet may he be ransomed for Balder's life, for I know he has ties with Hela.
Then the fiend remains unscathed.
No, yet shall he be punished.
Odin chains Loki's dazed form to the large rock.
By my sacred runes, let this viper never escape these chains of adamant, till he be given o'er to Hela, or the final days be upon us. No magic, no godlike powers shall he employ to make good his liberty.
What is this?
Cursed villain, you have killed my son.
'Twas not I, Odin. Jealous Hoder requested a bow and arrow. I could not deny his innocent plea.
Liar! In my damned folly, I have always seen but Holder's hand in Balder's death. All these years. Did you think I would deny the truth when at last it was presented me? I have ever known the event, but never what day it would come. and I curse myself for the blind friendship I had in you.
You knew one day I'd prove treacherous.
Aye, but never saw clearly the part you'd play. Foolishly, I thought your corruption could be checked until the last day.
You were wrong.
I would still see him pay for Balder's death.
As would I. Therefore I summon a stream within this rock to come to sluggish life.
Odin thrusts his spear into the rock.
To quench my thirst.
No, to quench ours, for vengeance.
Acidic drops pour from the rock onto Loki's head. He screams in agony.
What foul stream is this?
It is formed of Jormungandr's bile.
The Midgard serpent. You kill me then with deadly acid.
Not quite enough to kill you.
Sadistic tyrant, basest of kings, your walls shall fall on!
Come, Thor.
Thor spits on Loki. Then he and Odin exit. Loki screams again. Enter Sigyn.
You!
I, husband, I have come.
How dare you mock me?
How do I mock you? Am I not your wife?
Only my whore.
That is not true.
Sigyn holds out his silver bowl to catch the venom as it falls.
You would do this for me.
You are my husband, and I am faithful.
I laugh at your pitiful faith.
Pardon, husband, I must empty my bowl.
Ah, no, wait! Ah!
She crosses back and returns the bowl to its position.
I have returned quickly, husband. This time.
Yes.
Yes, what?
Yes, my wife.
Very well.
Sigyn resumes catching the stream. They stare at each other intently, fade to darkness. Scene 8, the main hall of Valhalla. Balder lies upon a funeral pyre. Odin, Frigga, Thor, and the other gods and goddesses are present. All weep except Odin, who stands grimly like a dark statue. Enter Hermod. Lord Odin.
He answers not.
What news, loyal Hermod?
The Lady Nanna comes, my lord.
Grant her then some space as she enters.
Enter Nanna, weeping. She mourns desperately over Balder's body.
Oh, blessed husband, darkened star, what has become of your pulsing light now? What has become of the life that you swore I gave you? Is it for naught, Balder? I know what life remains in me, and that life would I gladly give, that the frozen heavens would thaw with your fire again to melt them. For this fate I possess now is worse than any death, however cruel. And if death I need to join you, then I'll die, my love.
Come away, child.
No, I shall not leave him. This soul that cleansed the heavens with purity became my only life. For him, then, my heart breaks, and my life fades, and I perish.
Nanna dies atop the pyre.
She passes. Pure child, your love was true. Oh, Odin, she's dead. What say you, husband? Break you that hardened face? Why do your teeth grate, your limbs tremble, your brows burst in rage? Speak, my love.
Away, all of you. Away from me, leave me here.
All leave swiftly, murmuring in fearful whispers. Manette, Hermod.
Hermod, now must you carry out my dread quest. Go to Hela's dark abode and ransom me my son's life. Do as I have bid you.
I shall travel the dark path for you, my lord.
Away.
Exit Hermod.
All times do merge into one now. This day, his funeral, her death I have seen in 1,000 nightmares. Yet still like a shocked animal, I am unable to escape the enormity of it. Though I fight in vain to suppress my woe, it is a monster in my breast that nothing, nay, not the mightiest weapon can subdue. My son's face, Dark at last signals the end. Oh, my joy and the destruction of Asgard. For this I weep tears of death.
Fade to darkness. Scene 9, the realm of Hela. Hela sits upon her throne, surrounded by undead. Enter Hermod. Black Queen, I come bearing an ultimatum from Odin.
Kill him.
The undead attack Hermod, who dispatches them. Dark witch of the damned, you would slay a messenger?
Most of those whom I associate are dead, Hermod. The living insult me and are worse company than the fallen.
Aye, but those spirits drift peacefully into your realm. Your hellhound Garm lets them pass through your gate with pleasure. I have traveled 6 weeks on the black road that leads here, with all the swiftness Odin's white stallion could muster. Your deadly hound have I murdered to gain passage within, only to see it rise again as I glance behind me. And even but now my steed has died from exhaustion. I, more than any of your extinct host, have earned the right to speak freely and alive.
Your courage and wit please me. Tell me Odin's news.
He has offered an exchange for his beloved offspring, your vile compatriot Loki, for his most noble son Balder.
Oh, this is amusing. Loki? What care I for Loki? He has indeed delivered Balder to me, but I should not lose that prize for all the souls in existence. And what Loki did, he did for more than me. You know as well as I that with Balder dead, the prophecy of the heaven fall heavily against the gods. Ragnarok comes. With it, I shall possess the souls of all the Einherjar that I crave, and Loki shall again be free. So you see, we cannot lose by keeping Balder.
I cannot return with this answer.
I thought not.
If I must fight all who have died, I shall, that Balder might live. Enter Balder.
Hermod, flee! She will not let you die the way of the warrior.
Balder!
Away to your castle, minion. I have not summoned you.
Fly, Hermod, fly!
Exit Balder, restrained by the undead. Balder, I come to you! Hermod strikes at Hela, but she quickly disarms and embraces him.
You offer me hate, Hermod, but I offer you the love of death that death bestows with a kiss.
She kisses him. Hermod falls dead.
'Tis a shameful way for a warrior to die, methinks. Welcome, Hermod. Your long journey has at last ended.
Hermod rises, now her helpless slave. Hela's laughter resounds. Blackout. Scene 10. Odin's high throne and the world before him. Odin sits atop his high throne. His armor and spear lie against the dais.
So, thus it has come, Ragnarok. In that one word rests the doom of my people. My family dies before my oppressed vision, as I have witnessed so many times before. But what a cold sting reality gives it. What a cursed finality that now I may not wake with Frigga to console my pain. Today my sweet awakening lies in death, but I shall be gifted with oblivion on the field. And yet I do trifle here, paralyzed by my senses. Mimir, why did you not demand this other eye as well, that this sight would be denied me? Are not their screams enough to terrorize me, the smell of their blood enough to curdle mine, the taste of the fumes enough to sicken me, the damp, cold air enough to chill my bones, without this vision to link their horror together? Oh, death, what form shall my gods take today? With Valhalla's dome crushed, will they reside with Hela for eternity? I think not. For that at least I shall make amends.
Enter Einherjar with their leader and the undead battling each other. The undead are defeated. Enter Hela. It is the Witch of Darkness herself.
There you stand, my bold little men. Come to your queen. You shall be mine now.
Odin
I say
descends.
nay. Hela, my warriors shall never be yours.
Look who comes unarmored and without his spear. Return to your morbid reflections, Odin. The day is won for me. The giants unite under Utgar's banner. Loki is free again to work his deadly magics, and most of the gods are dead. With Valhalla destroyed, they are now forced to fight under my banner.
I would see them wander the chaotic void rather than be slaves to such as you.
Don't force me into laughter, old man.
I am old, but yet I am a warrior.
They fight. Odin falls to one knee.
Now shall you die, Odin.
I shall indeed die this day. But I know who my executioner is, and it is not you.
Odin rises up and slays Hela.
Today you die, goddess of death.
The Einherjar cheer. You increase our strength 100-fold, my lord.
Go now and continue the grim battle. The dead will no longer rise against you.
Onward, for Asgard's glory. A trumpet is blown. Exit Einherjar.
Oh, that Asgard's glory might outlive this day. But it shall not. For many are assembled greater than Hela on this day. All our enemies rise against us, spurred on by every drop of Asgardian blood. Behold the field. My children's corpses lie strewn before me. The gods are all but slaughtered. My Valkyries make their final futile stand. The sickening landscape tortures my still beating heart.
Thunder and tempest erupt.
Thor, about the neck of your towering foe, the Midgard serpent coils about you, but at last the black clouds obey your command. Applying thunder to the wounds your hammer scraped upon its head, it dies with smoke, and like stars you both fall, fiery upon the rocky turf of the field. My last son is gone. I am all that remains.
Enter Loki behind him.
The wolf beckons.
I go presently to face him.
You may not go without me.
What say you?
You have often dreamed of a black-furred beast who would rend your flesh with his yellow fangs, have you not?
Aye, but told no one.
That wolf has been with you since the day your brothers died.
It is you?
It is I.
You have caused all of this? You are more than just an unwitting element, a simple pawn of fate, are you not?
Mayhap.
Who are you?
I am Loki.
Don't, your real name.
I have many names. I am called Abaddon, likewise named Apollyon and Exterminans, for I am the destroyer, the devourer, the lord of the bottomless pit, whose purpose is to suck all of life within me. There are many realms of gods, Odin. Your contribution to Midgard was but a small one. The dominions of Zeus, Ra, Anu, Dagda, Quetzalcoatl, Raven, Shang-Chi, Indra, and so many more. All have fallen beneath my heel. The legions of Asgard are the last, and with them, the world of followers below.
The world of followers below, eh? Tell me, Loki, of your plan to vanquish Midgard.
The giant lord of Muspelheim, fiery Surtur, shall burn that precious earth with his sword of flame.
Will he now? Then I pray you look out upon your champion.
What? The fiend lies slain.
Aye, and you shall find resting upon his bosom the greatest giant killer the world has ever known. And of course, his most delicate wife.
Sigurd and Brunhilde live. Then, after I have devoured you, I shall destroy the world myself.
I think not. For one so old, you see very little. For now that the future of the world is extended, I see further into time's depths, though I shall die myself today.
What do you profess to see?
After the twilight of the gods is ended and the ashes of Ragnarok are settled, the giants who remain will slaughter each other. You, Loki, shall not reach the earth you so earnestly seek to devour, but shall be imprisoned by one far greater than we, who shall make use of your services. Today you triumph. Tomorrow you are a slave.
So be it. Let us then end our affairs.
After you.
Exit Loki. Odin armors himself and takes up Gungnir.
I go now to my just reward, the blank void of death. The life I have fostered in the cosmos has ended, and I would not exist without their companionship, even if that choice were presented me. I come, children, stay the feast. Your father yet lags behind. Where we shall meet, I know not, but I wager it shall be a glorious reunion. This, then, is the final hour of my breath. Heartily, I go to seek my death.
Enter Vili and Ve, distant, waiting to accompany Odin to his doom. Odin leads them away from Asgard. Blackout. The horrid sounds of the wolf are heard. The ghosts of Asgard appear, one by one, to sing a final hymn. So I'll sing now the final song because I know the, the tune to it. Normally the entire cast sang this in harmony during the curtain call. Thence to Asgard, where the gods of Iceland and the men of Midgard dwell in Valhalla. Hurl your spears, men, at the foes of Asgard, and when death shall take you, dwell in Valhalla. Is it true that when Balder dies, so brings the end of the world? Ragnarok, the twilight of the gods. Thence to Asgard, where the gods of Iceland and the men of Midgard dwell in Valhalla. Hurl your spears, men, at the foes of Asgard, and when death shall take you, dwell in Valhalla. Yes, it's true that when Balder dies, so brings the end of the world. Ragnarok, the twilight of the gods. Thank you, everyone.
Author, bravo, bravo. Well done.
Let me tell you what an honor it is to hear all of you talented people speak these words from so long ago in my past. It was so much pleasure for me, and I thank you for giving everything you had into this performance. Thank you guys so much. I'm so appreciative.
And Andrew.
Thank you for having us.
It was a
Hey,
lot of
thanks for
fun.
sharing, man. That was great. That was tremendous. It's so many
guys were
memorable
awesome.
lines and so much stuff. That was great, man. That's awesome.
Brian, it was so fun working with you as Thor.
I had a ball.
Well, I
Thank you
loved
so much.
your. Where did you get Mjolnir from, Brian?
Oh, I was afraid you were going to ask. Man, again, I think, remember Forbidden Planet in New York?
Yeah.
I think it was Forbidden
Yeah.
Planet or one of those comic book geek shops, I swear. This thing is an heirloom. Huh?
Awesome.
This thing is a friggin' heirloom.
Beautiful.
It's the oldest thing I own.
I love it.
Car.
Is it heavy?
Oh, it's heavy. Like oh man, you could kill a man with
Well,
time with this thing.
Sarah wants one.
Yeah.
first of all, I didn't know you had that when I asked you to play Thor.
Hey, the runes said it. The runes told you.
Second of all, we now all know that you are worthy, for only he who is worthy shall bear the power of Thor.
And he has to be available. He has to have a weekend open.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's so cool.
1 and 3.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, we got it done in 2 hours. The original production was 3 hours, unfortunately, with all the scene changes and everything else. 2 hours would have been much nicer than 3 hours.
Yeah.
But that's great. Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone, once again.
Yeah, great job. We're still recording. If there's any sort of final words, anything you want to say, Andrew, that about like, doing this again or.
When we did this so long ago, what was that?
I said, when's your next play?
What'd you say, Noreen? I don't know. I haven't done any play writing in a long, long time. But when I did this, I think a lot of the audience was kind of in shock. We had done another play that was very successful the year before called Before Genesis, which maybe we'll do on maybe next year or something here on. Before Genesis about the war in heaven, and it was very, very well received. When we did this play, I think this was much better written than the other one, but our local community theater audience was a little bit like, what the hell is going on? What am I watching?
Yeah.
There were some nights that it went great. The other thing I wanted to mention was that the actor who played Hoder, God bless him, was blind. He was a very young man. He had type 1 diabetes and had died a few years after we did this play. And I was so honored to have worked with him. He was so funny, and to block him, all I had to do was walk once on the stage with him holding my arm, and he memorized all the blocking. So that was sort of a special thing about this show when we originally did it all those years ago.
Hoder is an awesome character, and of course, played by Paul. But but he had such great lines. What was that? We're all linked by immortal blood. Oh yeah, but some of us are less linked than others. You can really feel that snark with him and everything. And oh, if only I knew what holiness was. I mean, I think he's a great, tragic hero in his own right. He's like, I'm a god, but I'm freaking blind. Like they really rolled the dice and screwed me over on this. And I got the greatest, brightest, most handsomest god, in the world as my brother. I'm screwed. I'm doubly screwed, man.
I like when he trips the other guy, the messenger.
Hermod.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm blind. I don't know what happened. I don't know.
Oh, did you open money?
So the original, I think, just as in the Greek mythology, they have the story of Persephone being kidnapped, and that's the reason for the seasons. So I think that the Norse used the Balder Hoder story. Of course, they live so far to the north that it would be dark for, completely dark for most of the day during the winter. So I think the idea was that in the winter time was when Balder died. And in the summertime, when it was light all day long, was when Hoder and Balder returned, which is what was believed, that the two of them would come back. So I think that was meant to show the changing of the seasons, those two characters.
But it's interesting. They're also finding through archaeology now that the Viking warships, there was a fairly large contingent of women warriors, female warriors on those ships. It was not unusual for women to participate in the battles, and there have been a number of Viking burials found where extremely important women were buried with a full panoply of weapons, swords, spears, no combs and bangles and rubbish like that. It was buried with their spears and their swords and their shields. So there's a lot we still don't know about those Vikings.
That's amazing. I'd never heard that. And, it makes you feel like the Valkyries were inspired then, maybe by real life.
The idea of warrior women was perfectly real and highly respected. And some of them, there was one woman who was obviously buried with her weapons and was clearly not just an ordinary warrior. She was a major leader of a band of warriors.
Wow.
So they were not just fighters, they were leaders as well. We've lost a lot now.
Is it because the Vikings and the people of Iceland and whatnot, most of that stuff was made out of wood and it wouldn't be as preserved as well as like, the Greek brass and metal and steel and such?
A lot of it, and
Lost antiquity.
when they're buried, acidic soils tend to destroy almost everything.
Yeah.
But there are a number of major Viking burials being found now. It also depends how much archaeology, it's like when you're counting bird species, the fact that there are not a particular species somewhere doesn't mean there aren't. It just means that there's nobody there looking for them, so.
We haven't uncovered it yet.
Yeah, it's coming. We're learning a lot more. I mean, even about human evolution with the Denisovans and the Neanderthals, and we've all got huge contributions of their bloodstreams in ours.
Yeah, it's amazing the discoveries that are being made every day, not just in biology, but in astronomy. Like the new telescope has basically destroyed 100 years of astronomy because of the changes that they've discovered. And biology, as you said, as we go further into DNA, we're learning more and more stuff. It's like we don't have all the information yet, guys. We're going to learn a lot more, which is exciting.
That's right.
Now, like the parallels between Norse and Greek mythology, I think are very profound, especially, as in this play, like brings it out. Like when they punish Loki at the end and he's tied to the rock and they're letting the venom pour onto his face. It's just like Prometheus, right? Like when Prometheus gives fire to to mortals in defiance of Zeus, he's tied to the mountains, Mount Caucasus, and the eagle comes down and rips his liver out every night. Every morning it grows back, and then it happens again and again. So there's that cycle and everything,
Well,
and both of them are kind of united in also explaining things like earthquakes and stuff. It was believed that Stygian was emptying her bowl. That's when earthquakes would happen because Loki would scream so loud. And I'm sure the Prometheus thing was similar as well to explain natural disasters.
And I like how Stygian gets hers in the end. She gets a little bit back. Oh, I'm sorry. You love me?
That's what? Yeah.
Well, if the Amazon women, the warrior women from southern Greece, the remnants of that bloodline still exist away to the east in Mongolia. There are still warrior women who ride horses, and looking back at the history, it turns out that they are the last remnants of the Amazons. So it all depends on communication and how things traveled. The original idea that Homo sapiens came into Europe as a single migration from Africa, people now reckon it's not. It was multiple migrations, multiple movements. The Denisovans and the Neanderthals and Homo sapiens all interbred, and we all
Bering Strait in the north, the Bering Strait.
Yeah. So we don't know enough. We're still learning, and it's moving so bloody fast now. It's difficult to keep up with it.
Yeah. Well, Paul,
I think it's cool. We got these telescopes and everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Paul, thank you again for giving us this opportunity to do this today.
This was fun.
It was so much fun. Next week is Hamlet. Yay!
Yes, Hamlet.
I got.
Oh, gee, who's playing Hamlet?
Yeah.
Gee, who
you know that person?
Yeah, I've been asked. I'm so honored to play Hamlet next week. Yes.
You're doing Hamlet. Well, I'm Polonius, so.
Oh, wonderful, fun. He's playing Polonius.
Yes, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Thanks for reminding me of this.
Andrew, I'm reading Ophelia.
What are we using?
Oh, yay.
The first folio version.
Yeah.
I'm going to be mean to you, Kitty. Sorry.
What?
I'm going to be mean to you. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh, you can't be mean to Kitty. No, you can't do that.
Yeah, well, I mean, we do lots of readings, and in addition to Hamlet, we also have Pericles on Thursday night, which, if people are available and interested, I haven't really asked people about it yet, so we'll be doing that.
What time, Paul?
7:30.
The Thursday after next, or what?
This night, coming Thursday.
Coming Thursday.
Yeah. I'm getting too old, I think, to start readings at midnight.
Yeah, no, I realize it works so well for our people in Europe, but
Yeah.
but anyway, thank you all so much. This was great, and let me just end
Great
the
fun.
live stream and the recording, and yeah, great.